Right. Hello again. Welcome to join our today's training. We'll be specifically looking into the TAC Doc 09 procedure, especially for the part of physical verification. So let me share the screen now. So basically, we have discussed earlier on the E2 product certification and technical assessment, especially we have looked into work instruction as well as the technical checklist, right? So right now today, we are going to do a bit more of hands-on activity, which is under the verify online. We will be looking at the new type approval and technical checklist for physical evidence, hands-on activity. Okay, that means we are going to look at some boxes which I prepared over here. Right. So what will be the learning outcome for today? The learning outcome which we'll be looking at will be basically first to define and have knowledge to undertake product certification scheme according to TAC DOC 09, especially to apply the work instruction and checklist based on or for the physical evidence verification work. So this part, the physical evidence is done by the verification officer. Okay. And of course, on our side, we need to analyze the product based on the physical attributes and requirements. Physical attributes as in the luaran lah, how it looks like, all those. If let's say they give us is 4 antenna, the actual products must have 4 antennas. Okay, and whatever outside the outer one, the printing, the brochures must fulfill our requirements. So that after you analyze, it allows you to make decision on physical evidence compliance acceptance. All right. So with that, let me move to the on our site for the demo. We'll be looking at, if you see under like 349, number 2 type approval, we'll be looking at those with paid and proceed to physical demo. So when you click this, it comes up to the form itself, paid, and what is the file number. Because this file number is important when you do report. You have to make sure the report consists of this file number, right? So without any delay, let's go to the work instruction. The person in charge is verification officer. According to 1.4.1.1, you must do the inspection for how long? 60 minutes. Okay, 60 minutes. That is based on the time and the time slot given and the date. So as verification officer, normally what you do is you have to make sure they attend on the spot. Okay, so the compliance when you write is when they come. So you say the applicant has attended the what you call that? Attended the time slot lah, given. Okay, if they're late, you write just there, not late atau apa lah. That is for verification part. I saw your time slot here kan. You say it's confirm the demo, these are things like the demo time, the time slot, all those. Okay, but after they attended, that's where you write. Okay, but when you first write the time is like the date, all those, you actually have to check whether ada pertukaran, any changes. If there's changes, you say customer put this time, you change their time. You say because on that day, the applicant has requested for change. Then based on what email, you have to give the email reference date and by from where. Then if it is yourself, you change. Let's say on medical leave, due to medical leave, then the new verification officer, whether they take over or don't take over or not. Normally, we actually have to make sure you take throughout the whole thing. You cannot change person unless Jagani decides. Okay, so you may actually change the date slightly 1 day earlier or 1 day later. Okay, these 2-3 days, that kind of allowance is given by who? Always refer to approval lah. Okay, so here the other thing is the important thing is the product sample verification is to check on specification, functions, and network interoperability and connectivity. Therefore, if how many radio bandwidth they have to show us on the system how they have it. Let's say Bluetooth, they probably have to pair with the TV or pair with your phone, right? These are what we call connectivity tests. Okay, then make sure the personnel that delivers has the ID or company name, card or letter. But sometimes if they send someone over and the person is just a dispatch boy, and we cannot do on the spot with the dispatch boy, right? The dispatch boy will go away. So for that, you have to put there the statement sent via dispatch. Okay, the physical evidence was carried out without the witness lah, the company witness. Because dia punya company punya orang tak ada kat sana. Okay, then they maybe have some dispute or what later, right? So you must make sure it's correct one. If it's not the different person, you also write there lah. Person did not attend. Okay, check the documents that are complied according to the requirements of example set in the certification policy. So sometimes they need to fill up the e-form, they need to have the company document, Borang 9. That is if it's a new one, new application. New client with their first application, right? Then you have to check whether the test reports are correct. If they have not submitted, because some they do not provide links, they do not attach the test report. They say, oh, we received from our HQ from Singapore. I have the whole thing. I just pass to you lah. So that is very manual, which we don't really encourage, but we cannot stop them from sending in manual copy. Okay. If they are okay, you probably ask them to scan a soft copy and send. That is easier, right? So, and for the product documentation, always check back because they are supposed to have or comply to have all this. Then only is considered the documents are complete. For example, product brochure, user manual with the correct model type, English and Bahasa Malaysia. Then they must have the product specification spelled out and the functions. Okay, color photo. If it's color brochure, then do you need the front back? Inside the color brochure, do you need a phone with the photo of front and back? Yes. If they don't have brochure, they only have product specs. Then because they haven't come out with the marketing yet, that is the brochure. Then they will have to give the product specification. Then separately, the photos will be front, back, side. Okay? And also proper customer support or contact. That is the requirement, okay? And your check-in. If it's complied, verified, you click. Okay, but no, basically this one already pre-sent. But during the on-spot physical one, if you found out anything different, okay, the soft copy they sent is betul. But when you open the box, it's in Japanese. Then you tell them, oh, sorry, this one I cannot accept. So you note there, this one is in Japanese. So we have requested within 3 days they submit the real one. Okay, we always like give 3 days maximum. All right. So under the product sample verification, first step, when they reach your hand, you have to make sure, most of the time, if possible, we want the witness to, the applicant to open up. So that you boleh ambil gambar, betul tak? Betul. And I would love that you all do this way lah, proper, you can see the whole box. You can see the whatever accessories inside, including the manual is here. Okay, therefore, we have done some sample of the report. Later we will go through physically. So you also have to check that the model, the unit is given the correct IMEI or the serial number based on serial number. But our wireless ones sure semua ada IMEI number ni. Okay, because it's international mobile equipment identity. So you have to make sure, you have to ask them to on it, show you where is the INA. Then you match with the system. Okay, then this must be very clear, all right? Okay, then look for the marking. You can ask them, where do you normally put the marking? These are for those without the soft digital display. Okay, kalau tempat dia kecil, then you say, hey, this small, then you measure lah. If you suddenly find it's very small compared to the SLP. Self-labeling punya is I think berapa? kan? 1 cm by 1 cm already very small. Okay, if it's smaller than that, then you say sorry, you have to help us wear lah. But most of the time, you actually have to take a photo. Okay, if it is on the box, they say it's on the box. If they say on the digital, you ask them where is the on the digital, you take a photo. All right. So let's say, for example, this Android phone, example Samsung. Basically, you click the about phone, you can see it. All right. So this for Apple one, this is Apple one. 11.3 is Apple one. Then it's basically it's all together. Under Android, Samsung one is basically the regulatory there. Okay, they have a place for you to regulatory. Of course, you won't see the NCMC there lah, because we don't give them lah. For new products, you actually see regulatory, click in and what is it? They'll have a demo there or empty, but at least the function works. Okay. Then physical attributes you have seen. Now is working condition. So we run a few tests. Okay, example Wi-Fi, 4G, Bluetooth, the location, make sure they have, if they declare it, legal information, regulatory, just now I have shown you. Then you, the paling cepat punya is just you on off the flight mode, then you on balik, you tengok kat sini. Betul tak ini Wi-Fi keluar, location come out already, Bluetooth, can you on it or not? Okay, of course you have to test some like callback, use WhatsApp atau apalah. Okay, because it must be a, what you need? Production or commercial? It must be a commercial unit lah. Okay? It must boleh for jual already. Because we are doing commercial production normally for testing itu semua. Okay, this is how you do the simple check. Look into the brochure. If they have not sent, then they want to send now. If you check the soft copy, ada tak? If the soft copy ada, normally we if they say we have sent a soft copy lah, but physically must take a photo with the brochure there. Okay? Because we have to compare lah, user manual they send to us and the physical copy. Betul tak? Alright? Of course, if they don't submit, they just straight away pass to us manual copy. Then we don't have to compare with the online copy lah. Okay? Upon it is satisfactory, you put in your name, the information there. Okay? Of course, they will put their supplier name, etc. They just put yes, yes, yes lah. Or you put there comply. Okay? You have a certain thing there, the marking, all these are ABC. I'm sure they have to choose all, right? So you put there, comply all. Kalau tak ada punya, let's say C tak comply, you just write C because it's too small. I have requested them to resend the box design with a bigger space. Okay. Then after you have done it, you have to click this because they will actually request for handover. Okay, here products have been verified and returned. You click on it. For their side is they will have to let us know whether they want to keep it for next collection. This is when they send this batch. Okay, so when they send dispatch, then you have to click the verify and keep for next collection. But if you reject, you also must write there the reason for rejecting. Okay, kotak basah ke, phone cannot on, charger is missing. Okay, all those are things. Then the other one, the fourth one is if products are at site and evaluation done. That is when what happened? Huh? Bukan. This one is products are expensive. They do not bring a sample to you. They ask you to go to their HQ there to check. Okay? Mahal punya benda lah. Macam ATM machine dulu. They under Maybank ni is dah lah satu unit is 200,000 lebih. How to bawa sini? The transportation fee then you keep here lah. If hilang macam mana? So those are the security reason and safety reason we don't want. Safety as in kalau dia angkat the lift sana, jatuh kat you, tertimpa. That's safety. Security is you put inside here, suddenly people know already. The next thing they start to rompak. Okay, it's do different thing. So after you sign off, you return the product sample unit. Select two, which is check documents and physical products. Okay, or under there we call it verified. Correct? Verification done. Okay, sometimes our documents here you can see like when we add on new things, then about to reach the final of the going to the next audit, then we'll do certain changes to change the issue date. You got me lah? Issue date here, So this issue date, then we have effective from when? Let's say by end of the year, December, before the next audit, then we actually change the document. Let's say maybe revision 1.1. Revision is almost 90% of the issue is betul. The issue 1, tak ada banyak perubahan. Okay, then we say issue 1, revision something. But if it's total change, totally change, then we have to issue different. Okay, differently. Okay. So for that, any photographic evidence or additional input carry out cannot be input within the application form, must kept in a folder. For example, this is where you create a folder, you dump in all the gambar-gambar to dalam. For you to easier. Okay, and take a note lah. Take a note like gambar satu DSC 001 apa .jpg itu semua. Because so that you easier. Bahasa you balik, you tukar tu. You tukar pun boleh atau you keep it as it is. But the folder must be the same file, folder name, the HN apa, that running number name. Boleh so you check back, it's easier. Okay? And if they have a copy or attachment email to you, you must also, in the report, write a reference. They promise to send me the latest brochure atau apa. Okay? So therefore, any discrepancy or non-conformity shall be officially informed to the applicant. And 3 working days or based on the agreed period not exceeding 2 weeks to be given to comply back. For example, dia punya tu memang rosak. Tapi kebiasaannya dalam book instruction we ask for 2 units, right? The import permit ask for 2 units. But if they only both unit also basah, rosak, then we normally give them not more than 2 weeks to find replacement. If not, what will happen? They'll jeopardize your work, right? Okay? If memang dia tak boleh, we have to KIV and pending the whole thing. Okay? If not, because all these are audit, nanti you mencacatkan you punya apa tu result lah. So after it's all done, okay, you return back to the COO. So what you do is, let me go through here. For example, this is the one, right? Okay, you click on here. After you have done all the job on your side, you need to click the verify. After you click the verify, you change the person here. To change the person media. How come you don't have the person one? Assign, yes, assign. Belum assign. So you assign back to Encik Gani. He's a COO. Okay? Tadi semua tak ada assign lagi kan? Okay. So that's all for my side. If you all check, this will be the verification process you need to go through lah. Tadi is selepas buat lah. This is like check the demo is correct. But kalau kat on the spot on the day kan, then you tulis kat sini lah. Have done atau apalah. Okay, macam enter, then you enter. Something like that. It's up to how you write. Okay. So because you click complete lah, then just save. Okay. Then dia akan tukar lah. Nampak tak? Okay. So that's all the time. Kalau dia lambat itu semua you pun tulis kat sana lah. That shows how many times any changes lah. So with that, we will continue on with the physical one by separate recording. Okay. So stop share.